but the turnovers were still really the killer. Just too many turnovers by Virginia High, unable to overcome those. 42-21 your final. Bearcats come up on the short end. Battle of Bristol week number 2 after beating John Battle last week.
So 1-1 in the Bristol rivalry series, as you dubbed it. So the Eastman Credit Union player of the game, we really haven't discussed this, but I think I'm going to give mine to Austin Davidson.
Oh, I agree. Yep, I got him wrote down on my notepad here.
2 interceptions tonight for the Cats, a couple of good punt and kick returns. He's going to be our difference maker. And, of course, 2 interceptions. That'll get you there, and a couple of good stops and a couple of catches as a wide receiver. And you can experience the credit union difference by opening an account today at www.ecu.org.
And I also want to give, see what you think about this, Austin Davidson, the Food City play of the game on that interception with a minute 44 remaining in the first half. He had a 40-yard return on that thing. Tennessee High looked like they were going to march in and tack another score on there going into halftime. He picks up the big pick, returns it 40 yards to set up Virginia High on a score to cut that lead back down to 7 at halftime. So I want to give Austin Davidson the Food City play of the game. Food City, value every day.
So now it's time for Travis's big job, regional scoreboard update. What do we got around?
Yeah, let's check on some scores we got going on. Graham picks up the win tonight over Giles, 28-13. That game is a final. Grundy upends the Lebanon Pioneers, 43-14, also a final. Fourth quarter, George Wythe, the Maroons, all up all over the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. Maroon and Scarlet there. We got the Battle of the Reds. George Wythe in the lead, 34-6. Tazewell and Riverview, this game, was close, and then something just happened in the fourth quarter. Tazewell ends up winning that game final, 61-38. At the fourth quarter, when I got the update on that game in the fourth quarter, it was like 43-38. So big win there for Tazewell. Great job by them. Eastside and Patrick Henry, they finally got through that storm there in Washington County. That game just now going to halftime. Patrick Henry, it's a shootout. They've got the lead 31-26. Chilhowie, they get the win over Twin Springs 51-0. John Battle, again, over in Washington County, got the storm going on there. They just now go to the half as well. Battle's got the lead 28-7 there. Ridgeview, final 54-0 over Wise Central. Get Wise Central next week over at Gene Malcolm. Final, Tommy Walker 24, Clintwood 0. Pretty good surprise there. Union 34-7 over Letcher County,
Castlewood,
Kentucky.
you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's surprising.
Castlewood, sorry,
That's even more surprising. That's
sorry.
You're going throwback on
I threw my Seawood on there. Yeah, I did.
Clintwood doesn't even exist
I did.
anymore.
Sorry. I went back to my 1990s days on that. My bad.
That's all right.
So Union, the Bears get the win, 34-7. Letcher County, Kentucky. That game final. And I don't know what you think about this. This is a bit of surprise to me. I thought Abingdon would keep this game closer. Final in Pulaski County. Pulaski County 42, Abingdon 14.
So Abingdon takes their first loss of the season. So
I thought that would be. Pulaski probably is the better team, but I thought that game would be a little closer. But you never know. It may be like here. The score may not be necessarily indicative of how the game would have been.
A 3-possession football game is a lot different than, sometimes you look down and you don't read in between the lines sometimes, and it's just the way it goes. So, Travis, thank you for keeping us updated on Twitter there with all those score updates and all the journalists that we stole that from that spent all night. Probably Tim Hayes, most likely, from the Bristol Herald-Courier.
Yes, thank you, Tim.
Yeah, Tim putting in the time. So, again,
he owes me a few favors, all right?
That's right. Virginia High will play Wise Central next week, 7 o'clock kick, 6:30 air time. Second meeting between the Cats and the Warriors. We'll have the stats coming up for you in just a moment as we got our stat man on it. But, again, a 42-21 loss here in the VT game, but the Cats have nothing to hang their heads about. Just a couple of mistakes here and there against a good team, a solid team like Tennessee High, and, you'll just find yourself on the losing end. But with that, we'll hang around here as I believe we're coming to a conclusion here on the statistics. He's got them dialed up. What do we got, Travis?
So Virginia High, let's take a look at their offensive numbers. They had 42 rushing attempts for 192 yards tonight. Passing, Jamie Lathrop, 9 of 21 for 109 yards. He hit some good passes, especially early in the game. The slant pattern was really working across the middle. And Aaron Rose, 16 carries for 99 yards. So good job there. Tennessee High, this is a big number. Rushing Tennessee High, the Vikings, 416 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
McBriar accounting for 233 yards, so over half of those. That was just on 11 carries. So what are we looking at? Just right at about 20 yards per carry average in passing. He was as a team, Tennessee High passing 8 of 9 for 60 yards on the night. So almost a 500-yard total offense night for Tennessee High in the win. So 21.1 yards per carry by McBriar. What an average.
So, what an average. So, the finale here as we wrap up the post-game show. We thank Kevin Corbett there for the stats on a hot day, but it's turned out to cool off a little bit here tonight as we got some breeze blowing and some storms off to our east. We might try to, we need to hurry up and try to get down back across the border.
As our observant statistician Kevin Corbett, he goes here. It's still dark outside.
Yeah, he says it's dark. He mentioned earlier.
Just after 10 o'clock here in the East Coast.
10:19 p.m., so I guess you have anything else you'd like to say to our listeners out there from the 102nd VT game?
It was all I thought it would be. I mean, this is my, I was with you at Gene Malcolm last year, serving as stat guy there, and it's just really unique. Bristol's a really neat place. Tennessee, Virginia, it doesn't matter to me, just a cool deal. And we're still looking down field level. We got Vikings and Bearcats still mingling together. They've gotten to the end of, hey, game's over. Let's go back to being friends, go back to being neighbors, and we'll do it again next year. But just a real neat deal. Proud of both teams. The Cats played really well. All right, Vikings got the better end of them, but that's all right. We'll see them again next year.
And you did a great job calling your first VT game, buddy.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. With
that, we're going to go off the air. Cats following this one 42-21. We'll be back at it next week as Wise Central rolls into the Gene. And we'll see if we can pick up another non-district win, as again we do have that stretch of non-district contests. So from Kevin Corbett, Travis DeBusk, I'm Dylan Hutton saying good night from Bristol. We hope you can tune in next week. Again, you can listen to all the games on replay at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio. But that is it from the Stone Castle, 42-21. Virginia High falls here tonight to the Vikings. Good night from Bristol.
You're listening to Virginia High football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com.